Okay. Okay. Beautiful. There was an issue, but I don't think there is an issue anymore. Hi. How you doing today? Um, my name is Iman Ramawi Doster. I'm not as caffeinated as I'd like to be today, but it's all good. So thank you again for joining us today on my so-called disabled life. Um, I am so excited for the guest that I have today. Um, and so I am going to introduce them and then join them and then have them join us so that we can speak. And yeah, so I'm super duper excited. So, Zian is a Spanish indigenous New Mexican queer, non binary, neurodiverse artist, activist, art therapist, and film producer. She was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 1993. They also live with anxiety, depression, chronic pain, and a cognitive and speech impairment. They also live unapologetically with an inexorbitant abundance of love and respect for all humans. She lives in California, New Mexico. She has lived in California, New Mexico, Guam, Hawaii, Spain, England, and Portland, Oregon. They recently they went to grad school at Southwestern College in Santa Fe, New Mexico, for a dual degree program. After grad school, she moved to Portland, Oregon, and started working with different nonprofits working with adults with disabilities. For the past 7 years, Zian is an art therapist working with HIV positive Oregonians. She loves traveling, learning, cooking, reading, and practicing mindfulness and meditation. Her favorite motto is pace with it.
Hi.
Uh,
So,
are
how?
you full? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, you can hear me. I can't hear you. Huh, that is strange.
Testing.
Uh-huh.
Nope.
Had a similar issue the last time. Okay, let's see. Hmm.
I lost internet connection just now. I mean, just
See, and
getting
the
on.
last time we had an issue with they couldn't hear me, but I could hear them, and I put the questions in the chat, which is wild to me. So yeah, so let me.
Oh shoot, he can't
Um,
hear me. Should I get out?
let me refresh this page.
Hello.
Okay, but you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh
I'll
gosh.
get.
Okay.
I can go. I'll get off.
Oof.
Let's see.
This is so strange, y'all. Like I don't I don't get it. Um, let's see.
Testing, testing.
See.
No?
Okay, see that there. Oh, this is the fun part of
Testing, testing.
figuring out recording with someone else across the country. It's like, wait a minute, what now?
Hello,
So
hello.
I'll just keep going so that y'all can hear what I'm saying. Oof, and I still can't hear you. Okay. Okay. Well, we can just do a makeshift episode since I know when I was watching it the last time, people were able to hear the both of us, even if we couldn't hear the both of us. So, all right. So I sent you the questions
Yes.
in an email, um, and let's see. I guess can. I can have you answer those questions and ask them of you as we go along, which I think would be fine. And hopefully, you don't say any. I mean, I don't think you're gonna say anything wild, so that's fine. So yeah, so let's just start off with I did your short introduction, but we can go a little bit further. So, um, who is Zian, and why do you do what you do, and why did you start your organization?
So I hope y'all can hear me. So my name is Zian Chavez, and who am I is a very good question, and I'm still trying to figure that out. Um, I what I do know is that I am a 52. Oh shit! Nope, I'm a 53-year-old human um, who lives life um, to my best of my ability. Um, like you said earlier, I've lived with multiple sclerosis for over 30 years, but I am a very passionate human. Um, I am a very passionate artist um, living in these turbulent times. Um, and the I think part of the question was about my organization, which is called We Are the Most Beautiful People, Adults with Disabilities. Um, this is our fourth year now creating it. We just had 2 screenings in Portland, Oregon, and we are talking to film distribution agency to get it streaming worldwide. And that my film is about adults with disabilities, challenging the notion of beautiful and centering on the real lives of adults with disabilities around the world. This is one of the first films ever to unite the world's largest minority, persons with disabilities. Um, and I'll leave it back to Iman.
So I'm actually, can you hear me again?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I'm actually listening on LinkedIn to you speak while we're coming back in. It's all good. Technology. Technology.
Okay. Well, cray cray.
Well, that's wonderful. So that's amazing. And so with the way the organization has been going, and with how people are hearing you and engaging with you, um, what has been like, have you seen people, because I know that with me, I've encountered a lot of people with disabilities who don't have chronic illnesses, who don't have to take a ton of medication, who maybe use mobility devices, but um just use it to get around, but not because they have like pain or fatigue or any of that. So um, what has been your experience being in? You were diagnosed in 1993 with multiple sclerosis. For folks who who watch me and know I have lupus, I've had the lupus for 26 whole years, and it's been a wild ride. What has been your experience being in the chronic illness world and dealing with the disabled world, and trying to navigate both of them while dealing with people who don't necessarily want to deal with us in an equitable way? Um, yeah, go into that.
Okay. So, like you said, so I was diagnosed with MS in the early 90s. Um, and my chronic pain started 10 years after my diagnosis, which in 2003. And it started with chronic migraines and chronic headaches. So, I had a headache every day for over 20 years. Um, and they just subsided at the beginning of this year. So, um, working on the film and also um, on the side bar, living in chronic pain was very, very, extremely challenging for me um, uh, to to. There were two sides of it for me. It was like the side that I had to push through my pain, which people living with chronic pain know that we have to push through it. I mean, we're not given a choice, really. So we push through it, and so making this film and traveling and doing these interviews and learning about these incredible humans that we interviewed. Um, it I think it was very emotional for me because I am I'm a cancer and I'm very sensitive, and I'm very um, passionate about life um, because uh, because I have to fight every day for my existence. I I am well aware of the injustices of discrimination around the world, and so making the film subsequently while in pain it was just very humbling, and I don't know how to explain it other than it was a gift. And I do get emotional every time I talk about my pain and um, the future of disability. Um, so one of your questions, I mean, I'm going to jump through. Can you hear me on your side? That's thanks.
there's a little bit of a delay, so it's all good. So that's amazing and that's wonderful, and I think that like kind of shows that those of us who have chronic pain and chronic illnesses are basically and battling ourselves just to do, I guess, simple tasks or the usual life tasks and all that. Um, so yeah, so I find that so amazing and so great that you're not only making this movie, but sort of pushing through the pain and the fatigue that you have. I know for myself, like I'm in constant pain all the time, and people are like, "How are you able to do all the things?" And I'm like, "Yo, just sheer spite, just pushing through." Um, and folks are just like, I don't think some people understand that that is what many of us with chronic pain and chronic fatigue and chronic brain fog and all the things that come with chronic illnesses of varying degrees, like that is what we're doing the majority of the time, and we often pretend to quote be normal in order to function and seem like we're, you know, I hate the phrase normal people, but that we're normal people, is quite, it's wild. So when you've been encountering, your symptoms and dealing with, the varying degrees of how it's going and all the work that you have to do for the organization and also for your art therapy and all the different things that you're doing. How do you find the balance to take care of yourself? Because self-care is incredibly important with all of that.
Yes, a friend recently asked me a similar question. Basically, how do you do it? How do you do it? Um, and the first thing that came to my mind is self love. um, I love and honor my existence, and so that self love permeates in everything that I do, and I think that is so important um, for all of us, especially artists, to continue. I mean, because that is the hardest piece when when we're faced with so much pain and hardship, um, that self-love, uh, it is almost, it seems impossible. But that self-love is, it carries me through, carries me to be, even though I don't feel strong sometimes, but it's that love for myself that says, I'm going to keep going, I'm going to do my best. And I and as an artist, we have a social responsibility to to not be, well, sure, we can. I I want to be the change, or I'm emulating the change I want to see in the world, um, because and. There was something else I was going to say about that. Well, you asked about what do I want to change, or what do I want to see different in the world? Is that I want to see, I envision a world free of discrimination, and um, I envision a world that people people are included. So, and I envision a world that there's no borders, no borders. There's differences, but no borders. And but yeah, so that's a dream of mine, is that we live in a world discrimination free, and so we can all be seen for who we are and be loved for our differences. Thank you.
Wonderful. So I love that so much. And I, when we were talking the other day, talking about, you know, kindness and trauma and dealing with all the stresses of of life, of being a human, of trying to create through the pain and create through the trauma. It just had me thinking. Yesterday, I had a very fascinating conversation with someone about colonization and white supremacy and how they're very much tied to sickness and chronic illness, and why things get that bad in certain communities, and why certain communities are taken care of and why certain ones aren't. Um, and so I would love to get your thoughts on, and this is a giant topic, and we will probably have to do a part two, because it's like, oh my gosh, wait, colonization has to do with white supremacy and chronic illnesses and capitalism and how we take care of people or how we don't and all that stuff. So go into, like, your thoughts on it, connected to why you do what you do, because when we first initially talked, you were talking about, like, why you do what you do, and that it's stemmed in sort of anti-racism and um, being against you know colonization and white supremacy, and why you do what you do. So I'd love for you to go into that and how it's very much connected to your disability justice work, and how all of this is very much connected to each other. Because when we had that initial chat, I was just like, oh my gosh, my brain is just going, because I bring it up constantly, and so I would love to get your thoughts on
Yes. So, where to start on that topic? Because, um, you know, I so part of me feels like, in a sense, that we are decolonizing the word beautiful. So who who says what is beautiful in the first place? Where did that come from? And so so there's that piece. And so, I mean, let's see, where do I want to start? So I don't, I mean, this country, it is on, for 400 years, been in there's been discrimination. I mean, there's been discrimination from the very beginning. And discrimination didn't start with the colonizers. There's been discrimination throughout history, right? And so that is the disability, for one thing, has been along ever since humans existed. I mean, there's been disability. It's been documented that there's been disability since the beginning of time. And so we live in this world together, with disabled and not disabled yet individuals. And so, um, the 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 fact that we're decolonizing the word beautiful, um, that shows that there's so many layers that need to be dismantled. It's not just the word beautiful. It's There's so many different things, and I think I'm going off on a tangent, and I'm not hitting the target that I want to, but because I think I I'm I lost touch. So let's bring it back. I want to um, talk talk to have you hear more about. I'm going off. Thank you. I love so my head.
Still listening to the yeah. So no, I love that you were going off in a tangent, because I feel like we can very much um, go off in these tangents about things and get to places where we weren't even sure if we were going to get there. And I think that that's why some of these folks um, who support and promote white supremacy often win, because folks don't think it's that connected. Folks don't think,
That's right.
oh, it's all part of the same. It's all under the same umbrella, all of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's why, if you go even deeper into, like, for example, why there's no universal health care in the United States. Why? Because people don't want Black and brown folks to be taken care of for low costs. They'd rather us we all suffer
Mm-hmm.
than some people will get care. And that's just one of the small examples of why white supremacy still very much reigns in big ways and in little ways. So I really appreciated you going into that. So what is I will also ask, what is something that you are looking forward to with a lot of the work that you're doing, and um, you know the work that you're presently doing now, but the work that you're going to be doing, you know, for the rest of the fall, into the winter, and into next year.
Right. So, this film is not, so we hope to have a worldwide release. And what I want to see from this film is that, um, you know, because we are we are gathering the world, persons with disabilities throughout the world, right? And if to, as an organization, um, if my organization, We Are the Most Beautiful People, Adults with Disabilities, if we can get people from around the world and we can unite and we can say, like I said earlier or last time, someone in India, I say I love you and they say I love you back. And the if adults with disabilities can gather together and say we love and respect one another for who we are, um, the world can learn a lot from people with disabilities. I mean, that there's undoubt. I have no doubts in my head that people can learn from adults with disabilities, because we charter paths that no one goes before us, and we find avenues where no one has turned, because we know how to adapt, we know how to learn, we know how to keep going forward, um, through hardships, through challenges, through all of it, we continue to grow. And so that's and so my ultimate dream is that, yes, I get to celebrate with the world, knowing that we made an impact, um, on the future of this planet, to live together. I hate to, I mean, I don't like to say, world peace, but I mean, it's something similar, because I mean that's untangible. That's, I can't even imagine that. But it we're I mean, a dream to would be that we change the consciousness of the systemic ableism and discrimination and all of that. We change it, and we say enough is enough, and that's it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Um, so I love the way we're talking about this because I think oftentimes non-disabled folks don't look at disabled folks as if we're nuanced. Like we can't have more than two dimensions about us. It's just like, oh, you just have your disability and that's it.
Hmm.
Beginning and end, black and white. Which kind of irks me on another level because it's like I know that I'm a multidimensional person. I'm not. I don't just have lupus. I'm not just an amputee. I don't just have my heart stuff and my stroke stuff and my blood clotting stuff and all the medications and a doctor's like that's not all of me. Like I'm also an artist and a writer and an organizer and a wife and a sister and a daughter and a silly individual and someone who loves cats and someone who loves nature and loves art and writing and creating and all that. So is there anything else that you want people to know about you um, that shows that multi-dimensional way of being?
Yeah, that's nice. Um, so yes, more about me. Like I'm an artist. I'm an activist. Um, I love to dance. And I, um, I love to walk. I love to, learn new things. I love to. I just got I want to learn sourdough bread making. I want to, I want to travel more. Um, and I'm really I'm an introvert. I don't know if that's not in my bio, but I, I, for many years, I've lived a very isolated life, because of my pain, and so my headaches and my migraines, they stopped. I mean, every day, in February of 2025. Um, However, I I still have neck and upper back pain that is at a 10 going, and I'm working my way down now. But yes, I live a life full of pain, but I also live a life full of gratitude, and I love nature, and there's so much more of me. So I get emotional about that because it's hard, I haven't checked in a long time. And so, but because I've been working so much on this film, and, and I have doctor's appointments every week. And as a disabled person, that's our existence, or that is my existence. Um, and so I look forward to time that I can travel more, and and just be and just relax and take some time off. Yeah.
I love that response so much, because throughout all, like I have a lot of pain daily as well, and I try to be full of gratitude and appreciation and love for being alive and being a human and being here. And like some folks, I think non-disabled folks, and then a step further, folks without chronic pain or chronic fatigue or anything that goes on with that, like um sometimes they don't understand how you can live like that for years and years and years at a time. I've had chronic pain and fatigue and brain fog since I was 14. And I'm now 41. And people are like, how? What? That makes no sense. And I'm just like, well, what choice do I have? Either you get with the program and do all the things that you have to do or you need to do or you want to do, or you sit in the corner and cry about it. And sometimes we will sit in the corner and cry about it. I've had plenty of nights where I am real messed up. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna just sit here and cry. And then I dry my tears and get up and keep it moving. And I know you can absolutely relate to that. And so many other people can relate to that too. Um, so yeah, so thank you so much for sharing that. And so the final question I have is, I know I shared your information in the show notes. Are there any other ways people can reach you or get in touch with you, whether it's in Portland, whether it's just in the US, whether it's internationally, whether it's on social media? How can people find you and get in touch with you and support what you're doing?
Yeah, so thank you. So I am on all this, well, not all the socials. So I primarily am on Instagram and Facebook at We're the Most Beautiful People. Um, I am on LinkedIn with my legal name is Diane Chavez, and then Zian, as in parentheses. And then our website is we'rethemostbeautifulpeople.com. My personal website is zianart.com. All of those, you can email me through that. You can donate to our film at GoFundMe. It is on, you'll find that on our website at we'rethemostbeautifulpeople.com. But yes, because we're still traveling and screening, we would love to, we're talking to Chicago and Detroit right now to have a screening. So, but please reach out to me if you have any questions or you would love to connect. I would love to connect with you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Iman, for having me. And it's such I feel like we're kindred spirits. And I look forward to talking to you in the future.
I've just been listening. Thank you so much for sharing all of that and sharing yourself with us. This has been streaming live on my LinkedIn and on my YouTube page. Please, you guys, go to these beautiful websites. Find Zian on. Yes, you go ahead. Speak on that.
Oh no, that's my disability tattoo. I don't know if you can see it.
Wonderful. Yes. So I will hear what you just said in about a minute delay. Gosh.
That's fine.
I will fix this technology thing. I promise you guys. I will figure it out. It will be fixed. Hopefully the next time I do this. So
Cool.
thank you all so much for joining me for my beautiful chat with Zian. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you taking the time to Your disability tattoo. All right. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. You can check this out on the YouTube, My So-Called Disabled Life, or on my LinkedIn. Also, please go to Zian's websites. We Are the Most Beautiful People. Check out the movie when it comes out. Donate money. Go to their social media. And check us out the next time. So thank you all for being with us, and have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye, y'all.